Thank you for joining our recorded information session for the Bachelor of Environmental and Conservation Science. Our presenter today is Dr. Fiona Hogan.
Hi everybody, I'm Fiona Hogan. I am the Program Coordinator of the BECS degree, so that's the Bachelor of Environmental and Conservation Science degree here at Federation University. Other than working here at Fed Uni, I'm kind of passionate about owls. For those of you who are wondering, this is a powerful owl sitting here with me. It's Australia's largest owl. So I also do wildlife conservation research, so that basically means that I isolate DNA from feathers and scats, basically animal poo, and do genetic studies to help conserve some of our threatened species. So why science? Science is fundamental for solving humanity's challenges, and having a sound foundation in science opens so many career opportunities. I myself have worked across many areas of science, including electronics, printed circuit board manufacturing, for example, flu vaccine manufacturing, teaching at university, as well as research, wildlife conservation research. So science really is such a versatile degree, which leads to a really fulfilling career. Okay, so a science degree is a really solid foundation. So why science at Fed Uni? Well, Fed Uni is a small regional university. This means smaller classes. Okay, so we've got smaller classes, greater support, you get to know your lecturers one-on-one. We also have high employability, especially within our regions. So Fed Uni is a really great choice for those who value being supported through their degree, okay? Staff at Fed Uni also undertake world-class research in so many different areas, including environmental science. So if you come to Fed Uni, you'll be learning from some of the best in the world. Why science at Fed Uni? So at Fed Uni, you get more than just a piece of paper. You get more than just your degree. You get hands-on experience and skills, which will really give you that edge when going for your future careers and job opportunities. There's many opportunities for work experience and placements, both within the regions and nationally and internationally. Okay, so it's really what sets us apart. Okay, you get to study in the regions, get work experience in the regions, and also establish those networking opportunities. So at Fed Uni, we have a number of different science degrees, and they're listed here. We've got a very generic science degree, a Bachelor of Science, which gives you a lot of flexibility. There's a Bachelor of Environmental and Conservation Science, the Bachelor of Veterinary and Wildlife Science, Bachelor of Biomedical Science, a new Bachelor of Sustainable Food Systems, as well as some other research programs such as honours, graduate certificates, for example, in brewing and malting, and higher degrees by research. All of our bachelor programs are 3 years in duration. Today, I'm going to concentrate on the Bachelor of Environmental and Conservation Science. Now, the Bachelor of Environmental and Conservation Science really is a hands-on program for students who are interested in environmental management, conservation and rehabilitation. There is a strong emphasis on learning outside of the classroom, or in these days online, and that's supported with field work in varied locations across Victoria, at our field station Nanya, which is in the southwest of New South Wales, and internationally. In terms of the Bachelor of Environmental Conservation program, and we like to abbreviate that as BECS. So in the BECS program, this is an example of what you would study. And now I know there's a lot on this page here and on this slide, but what we want to concentrate here is in our first year, for example, and if I show you here in our first year, we have a lot of common foundation science courses. Now what this does is gives you flexibility to move between our science courses. You might start in the BECS program and decide that you'd rather move to a genetic science program or the vet wildlife program, for example. That gives you flexibility. All the courses in black here are core. That means that you need to complete these to be awarded the BECS degree, or the Bachelor of Environmental and Conservation Science degree. In orange are the electives. So you can see there's quite a few electives where you can tailor your own program. Now in the BECS program, we have two main streams: environmental, which is more physical environment, and conservation, which is more living environment. So you can choose to undertake courses from one or both of these streams, but you must complete 3, which then you've got quite a few other electives to fill up with things such as work integrated learning options. There's workplace experience, for example. There's study tours and internships. I'll talk about them a little bit later. Industry-based learning, which is a program where you've got 26 weeks in industry with a small scholarship to get that industry experience. There's also research training. And the other good thing about our programs is you could do electives from other areas: veterinary science, Indigenous studies, geology, and outdoor education. So the main take-home message here is that our degrees are very flexible and you can tailor them to gain the experience and skills that you're really after or interested in. So how will you study here at FedUni? Well, we have a blended approach, combined face-to-face and online. So we use the Moodle online platform. Some of you might be experienced with that platform. We have lectures that are live and recorded, tutorials on campus and online, laboratory sessions which are mainly on campus because you need that practical aspect, or the facilities, and field trips that are day field trips, overnight, domestic and international. So now I'm just going to take you through some of the courses just briefly to give you an example of the type of things that you might be learning, you might learn, and the skills that you gain doing a BECS degree. Okay, so in second year, we learn all about Australian plants and animals, and we get field experience. So you'll learn about Australian flora, fauna, plant identification, animal identification. You'll study in and out of the classroom. You might visit Hillsville Sanctuary, Ballarat Wildlife Park, Cranbourne Gardens, for example. And because we're in the regions, we're really close to state and national parks. We also have in second year our intensive field course. Okay, so this is where you gain skills and expertise in field work. You learn how to trap and handle small mammals, vegetation surveys, habitat assessments, all of those really practical skills. Okay, and this includes a 5-night or a 5-day overnight trip to Cape Otway. We also have wildlife conservation. Okay, in second year where we go to Phillip Island and Wilson's Promontory National Park. This once again is a week-long field trip. And a great thing about this course is that you get to meet and mingle with the students and staff across the campuses. So this is a really popular second year course. Once we get into our third year, we get more into our advanced capstone courses. So an example here is in our environmental science stream, we have a wetlands and water resource course. So in this course, you learn more about catchment scale water resource management and really appreciate the contested nature of water. You also get skills in practical skills like wetland conditioning and assessment monitoring, plus you learn how to write professional tenders in this course, which are really useful for those who are wanting to have those kind of career outcomes later. This once again has a 5-day overnight field trip in the Gippsland region. On the conservation side, our conservation students study or are able to undertake studies at Nanya. So you can live and study in our remote field station in Nanya, which is in southwest New South Wales. Here you further your fieldwork skills in animal trapping and handling, vegetation identification skills. You learn about arid zone ecology and scientific report writing skills. Here we offer a number of different field trip options. There's in the undergraduate course, there's about a 7-day field trip. We've got honours projects, postgraduate research projects. And finally, our international opportunities. Now, this particular one is at Chitwan National Park in Nepal. You travel to the jungles in Chitwan National Park, which is south of Kathmandu. Here you learn about international conservation. And there are 2 international field trip opportunities that have been run in the past. The first one's a community-based wildlife conservation course. This goes for 3 weeks. And the second is an internship basically in the jungles of Nepal. So students could be expecting to be in Nepal for 3 to 6 weeks. This program is also funded through government grants, which are continuing, and we envisage this program will continue in the future once it's safe to do so and borders reopen. So hopefully, in a couple of years' time, when you're at this stage in third year, this program will be back available. So just finishing, there's so many opportunities with a science degree, whether it's in environmental science or a generic science degree or one of our other science degree. But when you complete a degree in natural resource management, there's such a large variety of career opportunities. And because we're located in the regions, we have a really good working relationship with some of these natural resource management operations or organisations. So organisations such as Parks Victoria, DELWP, the CMAs, the Catchment Management Authorities. And in most cases, students have already had a lot of work experience with these organisations throughout their degree. They've already established networks, and many of our students actually have gained employment before they've completed their degree. All right, so that finishes my presentation. Thanks for joining me today. And if you have any questions, or please pop them in the chat, and Cara and I will do our best to answer them. Thanks, Cara.
Wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful presentation, Fiona. It's a